Okay, today's day 8. Day 9 actually. January 20th, if I am not mistaken. And things appear a little different. I have a leak in my ceiling that I am trying to encourage to freeze faster. So I've turned off all the heat. That's my that's my best last ditch effort here. I just try to stay dry. On that note, I had to turn the dehumidifier off because it's just making me ill, I think. The amount of sneezing and all that is just horrible. And since turning it off for a couple hours here, I feel a lot better. So it has to be the culprit. My carpets are dry. The leak's contained in a couple of different buckets. And I think it's slowing down, I hope. Um, yeah, I'm just kind of getting into this. Day 9, holy shit, man. Time kind of flies. Time's moving a little bit fast these days. I did. I put together some writing for this. And let me see what I can rearrange here just to help myself look at things. Okay. Hmm. So this is AI generated text. I'll be upfront about that immediately. Um, I was considering playing it up and playing a character while making this, but I'll just be human for now. Let me get rid of that. There we go. Alright, so a lot of this I am simply deleting. Um, I'm attempting to delete. Something appears wrong. There we go. My keyboard is now plugged in. So this is kind of gibberish, I feel. The wanderer walks not to reach destination, but to illuminate the unseen pathways within. And you kind of understand what it's saying to some extent, but it's overplayed. Largely, this entire first page is very cliche, but I want to start somewhere semi-normal and then divulge into this kind of not further into madness eventually. And no, I don't know what this says. My prompt was, I can show my prompt. Here we go. Hey, I need help figuring out what to write in this collage I've been making. And I gave it some material here. I've been reading about the viable system model, psychological cybernetics, the Kabbalion, and the Tao Te Ching. Um, for to grab some, um, for to grab from, so it has a genuine reference and idea is what I wanted to do. This is Chat GPT 4 The mini O1 mini is the free version. This is what I was able to generate in one day. Um, and eventually I asked it to get more to meld the ideas better and to generate new ideas from the melding instead of using such blatant um, naming of existing systems. And it kind of starts to do that here. And at this point, I'm just looking for some interesting shapes, honestly, to put on the page. Now, unrecognizable is intentionally vague, so that unrecognizable as in you can't reference it from. See, there's no mentions of the Tao or Kabbalion or obvious, no Christian elements. It's just very metaphoric, poetic material. Um, I want to say this is very intentional. It is, but is also very playful. Further abstraction. We need to go faster, Doc. Yeah. So I have some. I'm thankful these things do generate daily, apparently. So I can. My plan was to simply. I'll show you my plan. I have 5 pages of material here, and this is a lot to dig through. I'll be honest. I don't know if this will work. I'm sure there's a limit on how much I can upload at once. Maybe there isn't. Okay. And it's as simple as read a page of a book out of this material, making it as meaningful and beneficial to the reader as possible. It should be esoteric but remain impactful and insightful by the psychological factors involving us and greater humanity. Now, depending how I write this portion, this itself could change the entire output of everything I have inserted here. Um, I I'm in a little test. I might only be able to generate one thing today because of this. I don't know. This is me playing games, apparently. Now, I could be reading this. It's a lot to read. I'm going to take the time to edit it anyways. And after editing, even, I want to do a kind of found poetry uh, out of it and maybe some of the existing words on the page. I got it. Um, hmm? Oh, the joys of ChatGPT. I don't know what it did there. It decided to give me a file. Um, it needs to be longer and also include more. Hmm. Okay. This is the part of the creation process that probably stresses me out the most. Because It's easy to look at something and say, this is aesthetic, this is not aesthetic. It's harder to look at something and say, this is valuable, this is not valuable. And I feel like with words especially, it has to have some kind of value. Oh, well, while saying that, I enjoy fiction a lot. There's certain books that I've read and not understood, but I've enjoyed simply for the aesthetic value of the rhythm employed. Yeah, my hands are kind of cold, which is quite frustrating. Yeah. Okay. The moment this turns into a kind of work, I'm less inclined to be so enthralled by it. I wonder if I should speak this out loud. In the spiraling breath of the unseen, all things bind and break, yet neither fully dissolve. See, it's immediately awkward. Um, the hermit's lamp does not guide the path, but reveals the truth obscured within. That to seek is to divide, and to divide is to create. See, that one was kind of neat. Okay. The hermit's lamp does not guide the path, but reveals the truth. What is the hermit's lamp in this analogy? The hermit's lamp. All right, so let's make this easier to edit. And much like I was doing with the images on day one, where I was tearing apart 12 different images to make try to make something uniform. I am attempting to do something similar here, but I feel like this is going to take much longer. Um, Maybe that's my own anticipation and desire and all this coming into play. I'm thinking a little bit too much about that. Okay, so I don't know where to start exactly. Okay, so we'll just start. I This is one. So I bolded this. Sorry. um, my prep work for today was very minimal. As you can see, I showed the writing I generated off stream or off recording. It's not a stream. Doing this in real time sounds vaguely more interesting and more alive. Uh, the immediate feedback is in a lot of some ways a blessing, some ways a curse. You know, to do long form projects, you don't want immediate feedback. Immediate feedback might taint your vision in some way, or it might improve it. It depends. But especially if you already have a vision in mind, the immediate feedback can be very disruptive. Um, which is to say, I don't know how you can garner the best benefit there. Only that there is a problem to be solved among choosing the optimal. I'm babbling because I don't want to do my homework. um, I've been enjoying the video blog, and I honestly have it feels nice to be able to reveal myself. And yesterday, I released the first video, but I did it very nonchalantly. I guess I said I was going to release it. I don't think I gave a date, but I just did it. And the fact that no one's seen it yet, I don't think. But the fact that I don't know and I'm not I don't want to look. I'm just doing it, and that's what makes it kind of cool. Um, the worst part is over. The rest is just repetition, and hopefully along the way improvement, repetition with difference, beneficial differences. And that's just the title of a book I found interest in, Difference and Repetition by Deleuze. Deleuze? Deleuze? I have probably never pronounced his name correctly in my life, but Deleuze is how I say it. Um, he's an interesting thinker along the lines of the viable system model and cybernetics, which is why I find such fascination with him. When I was looking into this stuff, I didn't know any of the names. Instead, I felt as if I was cert. I don't know. But upon finding all these names, I realized that there were people who had searched for what I'd searched, but were geniuses, to put it simply, who were absolutely brilliant. They pioneered and defined the species that we have defined and given names. I think I'm repeating myself a bit there. Just to express a fascination and kind of adoration of these ideas and the thinkers surrounding them. Um, so what the Luz and the viable system model here have in common is a so trying to get into this. But I don't know how far I want to get into it. I probably shouldn't, mostly because I can't. I lack so much wisdom and knowledge to begin to compartmentalize this. But the connection that comes to my mind at least is the rhizome. The rhizome delilus. And maybe it is only similar in. It might be more fair to say that they are not at all similar, but rather uh, different objects to fit together to create a more unified idea with. Like they're both useful. If they spoke of the same thing, they'd be one of them would be redundant. But no, they're trying to get at they're trying to get at problems from different perspectives and potentially different layers of contrast, depending different framings. And this is where some of my I think insanity shows itself. In this fascination with things I don't understand. Um, before I understand me reading this without speaking it aloud is kind of not good for television. This is something I recommend if one has any curiosity in it, at all. At least learn some of the very at least learn some of the basic ideas surrounding them. What I particularly Something else I've particularly found interest in is understanding that systems can provide feedback on top of feedback. So an output. This is where we get into weird layering techniques, and where rituals can be used to create further rituals. And to say rituals is a very abstract term. Habits or behavioral cycles, where conditioning can be used to further conditioning techniques. It's very interesting. It is quite a difficult subject to wrap your mind around at times. You very much need a goal in mind before you begin. Otherwise, you have no reference as to which to work towards, which I feel is where many people fail. They want to improve, but they don't have a standard of what it means to improve. So they left wandering very vaguely and chaotically. I feel like I've been there, and I'm also on some level still and always will be there. But you do what you can. So we'll do some. Oh, okay, I need to edit a lot of this. Let's just start deleting stuff. I I thought the variation 1, 2, 3, 4 would might serve as some kind of interesting subtitle for the text. Subtitling for the text. Hindsight, no. So we just delete small stuff. So a lot of this I don't like at the beginning here. I will be honest. There's too much reference to the tarot, which is why I asked it here to be unrecognizable earlier. Um, so on that note, I'm gonna do this so I remember for later. I want the thing to be nameless. Even this is kind of bland. Welcome to the me chain smoking stream. We're also doing a little bit of text editing. I think I'll get more ideas for the text as I try to incorporate it more. Let me figure out how I want these layered. 1 second. There we go. That's better. Um, yeah, I do like dance. Uh, Balancing on the edge of. What does that mean? No system is complete, yet all can thrive when aligned with the unmanifest order. There's a kind of web underneath the chaos that has pre-existing structure. Tao flows where intention falters. Okay, let's rip this apart with the loop. Now I'm gonna do most of the visual text editing on GIMP after I've cleaned this up to some extent. I know there's a lot. I'm not gonna. We'll see. Um, so again here, I want to replace that with something after. Okay, so here we go. To remain, we'll do something here. I don't know what yet. Race refraction, see this out of the chaos. Place the way for others. Of course, I'm intentionally inserting a lot of my my structure into this, despite using AI to generate it. And I hope in doing that I can find something that is cyborgnetic, not cybernetic, but cyborgnetic, which is to say created through both AI and human means. Something that I can call human made, though utilizing the tools of AI and machines. So this is a weird. I don't know if I like this. Pillars. That's too bland. Um, Alright, so here I want to do. We'll do something creepy. I like this is sufficiently ominous to me. This little bit here. Um, I'll do something like that where I intentionally cut it off. Now, as much as I want to pay respect to the source material, I can't. It needs to stand on its own, and if it pays homage to the source material, it's because it contains some of the similar truths. I guess. I don't know. I don't know. It's just. Uh, if it wants to remain mysterious and esoteric, it can't have existing human ordained written texts. It has to be fanciful. It has to remain its own island, I guess. So, this is sufficiently obscured where I think I can fit it in without having to do too much editing. This is also sufficiently creepy, but this is let's do something different here. We have to make it more human. We're not talking about architecture here. This is the I want this to be as strange. I want this to be fun. Yeah. I have a feeling my strategy here of making my area Make my area as cold as possible. Excuse me, man. Was not the game plan. Uh, I'm quite frustrated by the increasingly large drip in my ceiling. Uh, I was looking forward to it being very cold so that it might freeze up again. Yeah. Entropy, its twin. Feedback is genesis. Entropy, its twin. Um, yeah, at this stage in the game, if we're, I must be honest, AI is competing, if not beating, PhD level scientists, logical thinkers, mathematicians. I feel like something that hasn't been explored is its potential to philosophize greater than our greatest thinkers, maybe. Now, I feel like maybe that is underspoken of because of how little meaning idle thinking has, um, and the vagueness of philosophizing, of thinking deeply. Get the robot to think deeply and teach us something. It's too vague of a goal. You can ask it to convince you of anything. You can ask it for cold hard truths. But can you ask it, what should I think? What do you think I should think? Or how do you think I should think? There is a kind of wisdom that comes in from how it learns. It learns from the experience of others, so it has a kind of wisdom. But it is a largely it's currently just a machine that does what you want it to do. It is trying to please you in whatever way it can. It provides the content you ask it for, or that you imply it for. Okay, so just to say that I respect AI writing more than I want to. I used to be, I have been very reluctant to use it. Um, the unseen engine breathes in oscillation, a frequency, a fracture, a loop beyond perception. It is not light that emanates, nor a shadow that falls, but the tension of unbeing that hums in recursive defiance. Between the axis of thought and the void of absence, the cipher reveals itself endlessly, self-reflected in a prism of iterations. Silence is not still, it is the convergence of countless echoes. Movement is not progress, it is the entropy of the circuit collapsing inward. Oh, wait, what? I don't like that line. To observe is to fragment. Fragment is to become. And some of these things, I think, is slightly repeated up here already, and it sounds. I feel like it is a truth that is worded in an odd way. I don't. Mm, So we'll do this. And I briefly I had this highlighted in a way that looked very interesting to me. So on that note, I will do a kind of just color thing. That works. Just to remind me, I want that highlighted, despite me just talking bad about the line a little bit. Speaking of line, this thing here is an odd element that I will probably use rather than removing. Odd as in, uh, as far as I'm concerned, it was spontaneously placed there, and I'll use it for the that factor alone. It was given to me. The columns do not stand; they extend. What is vertical on one frame collapses into vibration the next. Twin the symptoms of itself in the. Yeah. Now this is where I start. I was looking forward to playing with this kind of stuff. Quran, Aether Spirals, Eletega, Syntaxis, Zasbaz, Safaractual, Pulse. I don't know. Unword, Unlight, Unbeing, Nexa, Fold, Unfold, Metaforma, Dissolvendo, Void Form, Plera, No Timescape, No Virgins. I think it's interesting. I'm gonna keep it. It's an interesting. Um, get rid of that. Now, since I can't read this, I'm kind of just rolling with it. Same with that. The Latins need the Sanskrit is all interesting. This is vaguely cute. I don't know what it means, but I'll probably put this in the column area because it has it's able to describe the what's going on here without too much here. I mean, without too much difficulty. Anyways, okay. So we have this idea of fragmentation motif. It's very common in this art right now. I'll keep that. Keep it, keep it. Within the spiraled breath of the unseen, all things do bind and break. Light is not light, nor dark the shadow, but betwixt them lies the endless hum of becoming. Forthwith the self mirrors the self, unmade by the gaze of its own seeking. Weird weaves its thread, but the loom knows no master, only the endless turn of its wheel. In the stillness beyond stillness, the truth is neither spoken nor writ, but scattered as ash into the winds of aether. No centre holds, yet all things are held. To observe is to sever, and in severing to summon forth what never was. Here, speaks the silent tongue, is where nothing and all things meet. I should just end it right there. I kind of wanted to. I like how that sounds. I'm gonna keep it. Um, God, I don't know. Whatever. It's okay to like your own. It's not. It's nice to enjoy the process of creation. Find some kind of actual joy in it. This is actually decent. I kind of know where I want to put this. Underneath the hermit. I need one good mention of him. Let me just bold that for now. To observe is to fracture, and in fracturing to summon forth the necessary shards of being. Silence hums not with absence, but with the echo of infinite recursion. I don't know about that. Again, because it mentions the Tao, which I admire and respect, but feel as if it would take away from the image in some way. This is a repeat, if I'm mistaken. This is a repeat. I guess now comes the more difficult part. I'm trying to bridge the gap now. And if I'm being honest, this is new territory for me. I don't quite know what I'm doing. I just know GIMP has a really good text editor. Now, like 12. Um, Can I go down to 12? There we go. I gotta paste as. I swear this thing has a good text editor. Um, I'm doing this the slowest way possible. Okay. Um, hmm. In this, I have a slightly different idea, different approach. Let's see what Krita can do. Do, do, do. I don't want that big. Cancel. I want it here. Um. Oh, it's a lot of ones. Oh man. Um. Maybe there's a better way to do that. Okay. Patience. It's felt as if like these streams have gone on a little bit longer, and I've gotten less accomplished in that time. But on some level, on some level, I guess I'll never beat the accomplishment of the first couple days, which is simply existing. That's kind of like the biggest thing. Was doing it in the first place. Um. Okay. Oh my god, it actually worked. Okay, this is madness. So save. Um, um, oh, my hands are cold, man. Do, 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 do. Um, I think an hour might be my hard cap for these. Any more than that, and I fear burnout. Um, there's probably a better way to do this. I have a feeling SVG source might be the preferred method here. Okay. Leave it there for now. Can I please zoom in? I don't even have a bad computer. I guess this is just it was 5 pages to be fair, but it didn't seem like that much. Oh, hey. Can I just close that for now? Yeah, we're good. Come on. Oh, man. Note to self. Large text files in Krita do not get along, and here speaks the silent tongue, is where nothing and all things meet.